Good to go tonight?
Good to go tonight, yep.
Indication on the six that are going to play?
Davidson and Hunt will be paired up together. Grimes will come out. He not coming out because of his play. He just didn't skate yesterday. Got some nagging injuries, and we'll give him an extra day, and he'll be ready to go the next night.
Jujar up front?
Yep.
Okay. For Paquette?
Yep.
You talked about his play kind of plateauing. What do you expect to see from him putting him back into the line?
A very hungry young man. A guy that's going to have an impact along the boards, in and around the net, aggressive. I think that he's had an opportunity to kind of reevaluate and re-energize over the Christmas break and not having played, and we'll give him an opportunity to go back in. He deserves that chance, and he'll get it tonight.
Todd, a little bit of a bigger picture question. You know this division obviously very well. Have you ever seen anything sort of like this where you've seen so many teams kind of jumbled together, and what does it mean, you know, for you guys, you know, and others who are still trying to sort of find themselves? And
yeah, we are. It's interesting because each of the teams in the division, I have seen it jumbled like that, but usually it's up at the top where everybody's kind of moving around and trying to shuffle for you know, top 10 positions in the league, not at the bottom end. So that's certainly different. But when I look at the division, there's a number of teams that are in different spots as far as development and evolution, and where they are in their paths towards a championship, and it affects everybody differently. You know, in our case, we are you know, we went on a good strong spell there, and we haven't won as much lately, but we still find ourselves in the mix, which is a good thing for our team. But we've got to play and perform a little bit better, come up with some wins to stay in that hunt. Although I don't go into the locker room and bring that up. It's not about us chasing a playoff spot. It's about us evolving and growing as a team. And you know, we use that word plateau. We've plateaued a little bit as a team right now, and we need to take another step.
follow up real quick. You know Anaheim. Are you like a lot of other people who scratch their head?
We've only played them once, and it was a very competitive game in their building. And it's hard to follow teams when you're not playing them as often. They are a good team. They're well coached. They're well managed. They're going to be there at the end. You know, in some sense, maybe they're the way they've played over the last few nights. That may be a real good thing for that team as it heads down the road. So, you know, they're a good hockey club. They're a top 10 team in my opinion. They'll get there.
When you prepare for a team like that and you look at that, the fact that they've only scored 66 goals this year, how do you prepare for that? Because you know that they still have some guys that can score, they just haven't.
Well, they have tendencies that allow them to be dangerous. That's how we prepare. We don't necessarily prepare based on goals for and against or anything like that. Their penalty kill is exceptional. They've been getting great goaltending. They've been shutting teams down, not giving up many opportunities. In turn, they have created. They just haven't finished. And when you're getting chances, you're always dangerous. You're spending more time in the other team's zone. Their big bodies roll around very well below the goal line. We didn't do a very good job against LA in that area, so it's something that we're looking to improve on.
How do you get out of your second period funk?
Well, we're in a two-period, second period funk, in my opinion. And there's no one area that you can just put your finger on it. You know, we had a minute and 40-second funk against LA, and then we rolled our shoulders over a little bit and didn't play well for the next 10 after that. But I think it's just a segment of game within a game that we happen to be poor in the last couple nights. So, you know, we'll approach it like we do any other period. Hopefully we're a little bit sharper in all areas, goaltending, D, and forwards.
Todd, when you're playing a team that floods the neutral zone, what's the best way for your team to get through the neutral zone clean?
Well, and they do that. Gabby's system is to do that. We don't want to be standing still in the neutral zone, so we don't want to get to their blue line and be stopped. And that's because when you start laying pucks in behind them, which all teams talk about and do, you can't retrieve it. So you'd like to have some type of momentum or tempo going at their blue line. And you know, there's certain spots maybe that we can put pucks that we can go back and get them. Having possession's a great thing, so exiting your zone and not having to face a neutral zone forecheck is also important, so.
Todd, with Connor having been out this long from your lineup, maybe a little bit out of sight, out of mind, but maybe just how much do you miss having the speed, that sort of thing available to you in the lineup night and there?
Well, we miss it. There's no doubt about it. You know, it's exciting to see him back around the locker room and skating and getting ready to play again. But it's hard to talk about an 18-year-old that's played 12, 13 games and justify missing him that much. But he was that dynamic. He provides that much speed. He makes your power play better. Point of game guy. You know, when you lose that, it affects anybody's team. And his spirit that he brought to the team too, the energy he brought around, we miss. But you know, we're hoping he continues on the path that he's on right now and gets back soon.
Any sense of what the timeline looks like that you can share with us?
Nothing that I can share new with you. He's working hard and smiling most days, so that's a real positive thing.
Who's starting to go for you tonight?
Talbot.
What's your reasoning for coming back with him?
He played 3 or 4 really good games. He had about a 4-minute poor spell against LA. We expect him to bounce back and play well.
Davidson back in, you mentioned about him back in. He was playing really well before, went out with a tough injury. And that's the type of injury that anytime you do anything, it hurts. What are your expectations for him?
We think he's completely healthy coming back, unless something odd happens. I expect him to get right back to where he was. He's an aggressive, good skating, smart defenseman, and sounds like something we need.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
Thanks, Todd.